Alright folks, it's David back with Carlton Arms for another informed video on cleaning a handgun. Today we will have a Heritage Rough Rider 22. This particular one has had the cylinder swapped out for a 22 Magnum cylinder instead of the 22 long rifle cylinder. These are good because you can order it straight from Heritage, give you a little better selection on what you want to shoot or what you may need to shoot. So without further ado, we will get to it. This one is not super filthy, so today we're just gonna use a little oil. We won't need any hops or anything, a few pads, the microfiber, and we will tear it down and get to cleaning it. So on these boogers here, you know, it looks like just a standard old cowboy action, you know, and that's the way you do it. This is the safety on these. Down, ready to fire. Up, it's on safe. You can see when it's down, the hammer goes all the way forward. That is ready to fire. Up, it gives you that space. It's just a hammer block safety. They actually work really, really well. This one, I have already made sure that each cylinder is completely empty. The little half cock there, and you can spin it around to make sure that every cylinder is completely empty. I did that before I started the video, but I just wanted to show everybody how to do that. If you full cock it, you can't rotate it. But if you get a little half cock, it'll let you roll through all of them. Okay, so to properly clean this, as being a revolver, I can't push everything down and see what I'm getting back here, so we have to take this cylinder out. These cylinders, they come out okay. They get a little wonky. There's a button here you got to press. Right here. Press that down. There's a rod right here. Pull that rod out. Set that to the side. Let go of the button. And now the cylinder just comes out the side. Okay. Little 6-shot. This one is 22 mag. The previous one that was in there was just 22 long rifle. Slight difference in the rounds. I have two here, just for comparison. The 22 with the rat shot kind of makes it into a shotgun. I think I'm in the camera properly. And there would be the 22 Magnum bullet, 22 Winchester Magnum. So that's the difference in them right there. Without further ado, we'll continue on. Alright, cylinder itself, we'll clean that here in a minute. This one, you can tell, since we were out there at the ranch, it was out in the rain, since it was raining pretty good down there. So it's got rain, it's got dirt, all that, so we'll get it sprayed down. On this particular one, since it's not like it went underwater or anything, there's no need in removing the grips to clean underneath there, the springs and everything. So just give it a little shot with some rim oil spray, and this stuff is pretty good. You get it right at Walmart, pretty cheap, but it works good. Had good luck with that. You know, we'll get everything rubbed down real good, make sure the dirt's off, make sure everything is cleaned up. You can see there is some dirt on it, and I expect there to be. Like I said, out at the ranch, it was raining cats and dogs several days. And that's South Texas, so when it's not raining, everything's not wet. Anything else you get into is dusty. So, believe me, I had to clean my truck out. It was terrible, just from what came in with the windows open. So these little Rough Riders, these are actually really fun guns to shoot. They're good for plinking. You know, it's there is no recoil on them. So if somebody is actually recoil sensitive, then it is an actual excellent handgun to start them off on. And since this one does have a manual safety, although it's different than a standard revolver, most of your revolvers do not have the manual safety. This one is another reason why it is good for beginners that may not fully understand firearm safety when you're teaching them. So like I said, that's the safety there. Safety's up, it's on the safe mode. You see the gap and the hammer coming back. And when it's off, you see the gap is gone. That way the hammer can fire the pin, and that in turn will strike the rim of the round, and everything goes boom. These are not really expensive firearms. Usually you can find them on sale around Christmas time at Academy. They're generally around $99 to $100, sometimes $125. Normal price, I've seen them up to around $225. Normal price, but around Black Friday times like that, you can get them. Real good prices. Like I said, you got somebody in your family you want to teach, you want to add something just neat to your collection, and then teach later on. And this is a really good thing. And a lot of your Rough Riders, not all of them, but all of them have little sayings engraved into the wood grips. So this one here is more of a tombstone theme. This is Say When. That would be Doc Holliday. So it's just they get little novelties like that. And some people do enjoy collecting them. Some people have multiples. I'm not one of those. But they're just neat little guns. All right. We will just, since it has been fired, it's been a while since it's been cleaned. Now we'll go ahead and run the brush down the barrel. And we'll get the rifling. In a 22, the brush is actually pretty tight. It's a new brush, so it's going to be even tighter. Just push that through one time. Oh, okay. And then I'll just take everything apart because there's no sense in really bringing it back out. If I can. Like I said, the 22 and a new brush, it gets tight. So you're not doing anything wrong if you're like, man, this thing, I'm having to fight it to get it back out. Especially on a pistol, because the bristles don't all get to go the same direction, since you're only going where the cylinder was, and the brush is a little long, so it takes a little more effort to get it back out. But there it is, back out. A new brush, really not very dirty on it. So what we'll do now is we'll just take a pad or two, we will oil them up, we will run them down through there, and then we'll probably be good to put it back together. We will also run a pad through each of the cylinder wells. Just get the little poker on. Being such a small bore, sometimes the large pads don't want to go through there. So we'll do what it wants, and we'll use the small pad. Actually, it looks like two pads together. Hey, my eyes aren't that bad yet. There we go. Just get that. We will push that down through there. Okay. See what the brush knocked loose? Oh, that's just some lead and powder. So we will just push a few through there until that comes out nice and clean. Come on. All right. If you ever notice, I know you noticed the little pad I do everything on. It's actually just a Hornady reloading pad. I like it because it gives me all the different bullet heads for my reloading. When I have a question, I can look to see what things are at, what their coefficients are, their weights, their diameters. It's just a quick reference for me in doing that. Plus, the oil doesn't penetrate it, so it keeps my counter nice and clean. Do another couple of pads since that's coming clean. We won't need to add any more oil. We'll just run it through. That's two pads. They do stick together like that. Like fresh $1 bills, they like to stick together. All right, there we go. Alright, see that last one? Yeah, nice and clean. Alright. Pull up my fingers here. Leave a little bit there. Now we'll go after the cylinder. I'm going to rub off the outside real quick. That rim oil, it gives it a protection layer. So it's a lubricant and a cleaner. So it does both. Now if this was super bad, had a lot of buildup of lead and things like that, then of course we would have to use something to break up the lead, and that would be more of a hops number 9, or whenever my shooter lube comes in, it does a real good job of doing that. So this, since your cylinder is where the bullet actually sits, and that looks like 2 of them again, and it'll fight you. All right. Now it would probably be good to just run it one time through each. Oh yeah. One time through each one. And I think we'll be calling that good. See, barely anything in there. And then we'll wind up running a dry pad through each one of them, and then we will wipe it off and put everything back together. And back together just like anything else, just reverse of how you took it apart. Although sometimes this cylinder does like to fight you going back in, not all the time. So when it gets a little feisty, don't get frustrated, just take your time. These are made to be simple, nice shooting guns. And by the way, we did see a lot of new things from Heritage when we did go to the convention. So, man, check them out. They got some really nice stuff. Now, not everything is as affordable as the Rough Rider. I will admit that. But they do get some really nice stuff. If nothing more, then it's like looking at a nice wish book. All right. The cylinder's all clean. The gun itself is clean. There's no rust, no more dirt left. Everything's cleaned up. Okay. We'll do a little half cock, that way the firing pin gets out of the way. Open the loading ramp. All right, see, that one just went right in. Okay, I just got everything lined up right. Open the loading ramp, a half cock, drop the cylinder in, kind of roll it around until it seats. Once it seats, you can shut the loading ramp. Let's push the button back in right here. Let's push the pin back through the cylinder. Let the button go, and you're at the half cock, so you can roll it around. Everything is good there. It should not go in reverse. Close that. Operate it a few times, and voila, a nice clean Heritage Rough Rider. This particular one, like I said, has the 22 Winchester Magnum cylinder in it. It comes standard with a 22 long rifle cylinder. Man, it's good to have both of them. So check it out. You know? And we hope that this has been informative for you. And we'll see you next time for Carlton Arms.